Welcome back to the channel and welcome to my second home on wheels. I'm back in my van for a little bit just to get some services done on it in preparation for next year. If you've been following me for a long time, then you would have known that I came to Nevada, was it like 3 or 4 months ago, to get the engine service, to get everything done with that, and to put some protection into my gas tank because my RV has been sitting for a while. I want to protect my gas tank. And I got my engine looked over, got everything done. So this RV is running like she's brand new. She only has 56,000 miles on it. And I've had her for almost 4 years. It'll be 4 years next year. And I have been taking care of it. It has been a little bit of a pain having to come out to Nevada as my RV is stored here in Nevada to get the maintenance done, but it's worth it because this RV, for those of you who don't know and are new to the channel, it's paid off. And I love this thing. Before I tell you why I am in my RV and what's going to be getting done with it today, just to let you know, I've had some people a few videos ago tell me, well, since your RV is in storage, why don't you just sell it? I'm not selling my RV. As of this point in my life, I have no plans to get rid of or sell my RV. For one, it's paid off. And two, you telling me to sell my RV is like telling a car collector to sell their cars because it's sitting in a garage of some sort. It's no different from my RV. Yes, my RV is sitting in a climate-controlled indoor storage. Batteries plugged up, hooked up to the battery. It gets started once a month. The engine does. And they let it run for about 15-20 minutes once a month, and I come every as often as I can throughout the year to drive it and to make sure it doesn't sit for too long. So I do maintain my RV. There's no way I'm selling this. Who knows what the future holds? And this RV is not only my home, but it's my contingency plan. I don't know what the future holds, and I know by having this RV that's already paid off, I will always have a home. No matter what, I will always have a home, and that is what gives me comfort. So that's out of the way. I'm not selling it. I have no desire to sell it. This is my baby. Y'all better leave my baby alone. This is my baby. I love her. Now, what are we doing today? I'm currently at Cummins Sales and Service here in Las Vegas, and today I'll be getting my generator service. I have not I have not started up the generator in over a year, and I want to get some maintenance done on it. They're going to do an oil change. They're going to see if they can start it, and they're going to be, wait for it, they're going to be installing my new control pad. The last time I was in this RV, I went to start up my generator and my control pad did not work. I had to order a new one. It ran me about $500. So they're going to install this for me, and they're going to try and start my generator after they service it. Yeah, so let's go in the back, take a look around, show you guys around for those of you new to the channel, and show you some of the stuff I've done. And also I want to wrap up my Hawaii trip. I have so much extra footage to show you guys. I've gotten tons of questions in my comment section. Where did you stay? Where did you stay? You usually show us where you stay. You usually give us a tour. I usually do, but Hawaii was a little bit different. And we'll talk about all that later on in the video. But I have a lot of footage to show you. I stayed at 2 really cool places. I'll be showing you those places where I stayed. Very, very nice places. In addition to showing you where I stayed, I'll show you like extra footage and stuff, and some pretty cool stuff. But for now, let's get this RV prepared to get it serviced with Cummins. This is a quick kind of overview of my home on wheels. I keep her very, very clean. I do want to change this. This is kind of dirty and grungy. It's time to get something new. I got to figure out a cover because I don't like this sheet. It's worn out, so I need something new. But I do take care of my home on wheels. I keep it spotless. I've had people even say it's so clean, there's no way she lives in it. That way, I do live in it. When I did live in it full time, then this is how I always kept it. I cannot stand clutter, and I cannot stand to live in filth. So I'm always cleaning my van. If you watch my earlier videos, I was always wiping stuff down to the point of people saying, Nomi, are you OCD? But this is kind of what she is looking like. I take really good care of my home. Really good care. I don't take nothing for granted. I'm completely grateful for the life that I have. So that's it. This is my stove. I I only have this cover in when I drive. When I store it in my indoor storage, I always take this off. I never leave it on. But this is what my stove is looking like. I can't wait to get back to cooking. Okay. Put that in here. This is operated by propane, for those of you who don't know. Stove. Here's my sink. Got a full sink. Cleaning supplies, trash bags. And then there's that. This is just a window to look outside while I'm cooking. You remember when I got that sticker, guys? Hike more, worry less. I think I got that in Utah or Arizona. This is gonna come off. I'm gonna put a new one here, and this is gonna be for a TV. I plan on having a nice small screen TV here. I am gonna remove this and have a new one installed. This one is just trash. I don't like it. I do have plug outlets. This is for cable. This is an HDMI cable. Plug outlets, and then USB. These USB I'm going to change out. They're not grounded properly, so they work sometimes, so I need to get new USB. This is to get rid of mosquitoes. I've had this for over 2 years, and I swear by it. It's battery operated, and whenever I turn this on, I do not have a problem with mosquitoes. I had it, I installed it myself with just some like Velcro, but it doesn't go anywhere. This is my microwave. I love this thing. It only works with the generator, so if the generator's on, I can use the microwave. That's why it's so important to get the generator running, because the generator operates so many things in here. It also operates my AC unit, which is right here. So, microwave. Oh, I gotta throw these out. This is when I made breakfast tacos. Oh yeah, this has gotta go out today. I'll be doing a little deep clean before I restore it. There's the microwave. And then before we go into the bathroom, here is where I keep my food. Okay, this is open, trash. I need to trash that. That's open, but this is still closed. I'll keep it. This is good until... Oh, all of this is trash. Wow. And then canned goods that I plan on eating once I get back in here. Taco mixes. I love to make breakfast tacos. So this is kind of like my cabinet where I keep my food and stuff. This is where I just temporarily store my cleaning supplies. I plan on putting my cleaning supplies back in the bathroom, but every time I come in here, I like to wipe stuff down and de-dust it, and we'll do that today. But this is where normally I would keep like my more food and stuff. I'd really stock up on food when I was traveling the country. I had this whole thing stocked with food. But now I just have cleaning supplies, plasticware, plastic plates, aluminum, my cast iron, coffee, this, I forgot what I used this for. And then napkins. That's my tent. I love this tent. And this is just stuff, helmet and stuff for my bike that I have on the back, and I need to get my bike serviced. So I do need to get back into the swing of things. It's been a minute, but that's that. And then I bought this a while back, and then that's my Bible for in my van, and then my picture of Christ, and then my cross earring that I always keep here. I'll wear this occasionally. I haven't worn this in so long. All right. Now, the bathroom. It's a lot going on in there. Let's turn on the light. It should be number 3. Yep, here we go. This is a full shower. This is where I keep some of my clothes. I keep my clothes in here as well. This is stuff I plan on donating. More stuff. This is my comforter, my blankets and stuff. This is stuff that I plan on donating at some point. More stuff that I plan on donating in here. This is for when I take showers at different campgrounds or places when I don't want to use my shower here in the van. And then just more cleaning supplies for in the bathroom. My washcloth, mirror. There's my shower, sink. And my van is winterized. As you can see right there, it's winterized. So the pipes don't bust. Got that. Got me a toilet. It's spotless in there. But yeah, all of this, when I go back into my van next year, all of this is going to be cleaned out. It's going to be spotless. All of this is donating with the exception of this. I'm going to clear this out and reorganize this. I'm going to clear all of that out and reorganize it. We're going to do it together. I got a lot to do. Been out of the game a while. And then this is just my cabinet with like Tylenol, medicine, stuff like that is in here. And for those of you who don't know, this whole shower area is brand new. I had to get a new shower area because the floorboard cracked and it was messed up. But now this whole shower area is brand new. I had this custom installed when I was in Michigan, and this is just interior lock. So if you break the lock on the outside, you still can't get in because it's custom. This is a custom lock. So, yep. And here is where I keep my hoses to hook up when I'm at campgrounds, to hook my van up to power, shore power, my hoses to hook up to my shower and my fresh water. All of that's in here. That's all hoses. And this is just to keep it smelling fresh. It doesn't smell moldy or icky in here. It smells fresh. And then my refrigerator, I just closed this refrigerator door. I remember when I stored my van, I think it was 4 months ago, a lot of you were like, you should have left your refrigerator door open. I called the storage unit and they opened it for me. It smells good in here. It smells fresh. The lights are only on in here because I turned on the inverter, but when I store my van, I turn the inverter off. I do not leave it on. But now everything's on, and there's no smell in here. So thank you guys for those of you who recommended that I leave my refrigerator open. I did exactly that, and there's zero smell, literally no smell. No smell at all, so thank you. This is the inside of my freezer. I have one of these in here. And then I have two on the door, and then these are all waters, bottled wine, my ice pack. So yeah, my refrigerator is spotless. It is. I scrubbed it down, bleach and everything, because I had mold. I had some mold growing in here, but nope, no mold, no smell, no nothing. It's fresh. Everything's perfect. I'm just trying to get this last bottle. Put it down here. So that's the fridge. I have a cutting board as well. It's gonna be a busy day today, so lock in. I'm gonna need you guys to follow me. We have a long day and a lot to go over, and I have a lot to show you. So after we get the generator serviced, I'm gonna go to Walmart, throw away any open containers of food that went bad, wipe everything down, dedust it, freshen it up a little bit in here. Then we're gonna go to a car wash. I'm going to wash my van, hopefully. That's not a priority, but I want to get that done, washing the van. It's not a priority, but I do want to get it washed. So we'll see if I can get that done. After that, I'm going to wrap up my Hawaii trip with you guys. I got a lot of comments, like I said in the beginning of the video, about where I stayed. Well, I'm going to show you where I stayed today. I stayed at 2 really cool spots. I've got a lot of footage. It's amazing. I'm going to show you all of that today. In addition to showing you where I stayed, I've got a lot of exclusive extra footage, things I did and places I went to in Oahu that did not make the cut on YouTube. The 2 videos that I released, they didn't make the cut, but I'm going to show you all of that here today. Then, are you following? Then we're going to end the video with me giving you guys a Subaru update. I haven't talked about my Subaru in a while. I've done a lot to it, and I'm going to tell you everything I've done to it and everything that got done with it in the update at the end of this video. So please, guys, stick around. Got a lot of important information to talk about, got a lot of cool things to show you, and if you want to know all of that, you'll stick around to the end of the video.
Florida?
Yes, I'm a Florida resident.
Florida, Michigan, and here?
I'm everywhere. I'm a nomad. I'm everywhere.
All right. Our initial diagnostic fees are $6.49. It's for 3 hours of diagnostics. If we don't use it all, we don't charge it all.
Okay, now I'm going to go get the RV and pull it around so they can start work on it. 3-hour diagnostic. We'll be here for at least 3 hours. Sorry guys, that's just because I don't have my seatbelt on. That'll stop here in a minute. Okay, this is where I'm pulling up to, right here. Boom. Immediate assessment. Okay, we're done. All right. I'm currently located in the lounge waiting for them to complete my diagnostic on my generator. The mechanic told me the diagnostic could take up to 3 hours. So while I have time, I'm going to use this valuable time to wrap up my trip from Hawaii. I'm going to wrap up the trip in 3 parts. The first part is going to be where I stayed at a majority of the time while I was in Hawaii. The second part is going to be a really cool excursion that I did while I was in Hawaii. And then the final part is going to be another place that I stayed that is really cool and some last minute things I did before I left the island. So let's get started with me wrapping up my trip to Hawaii. I stayed in Hawaii for 15 days. Of the 15 days, 14 days I stayed in a beautiful Airbnb condo. I was located on the 18th floor, overlooking a beautiful canal. On my left side and on the right side of the condo, looking out the window, I had ocean views. It was a very, very nice area. I was about a 15 to 20 minute walk from Waikiki. I had several 7-Elevens I could go to in that area. A lot of food trucks were in that area. I mean, it was just so much to do. It was a prime location. So I did do a full video tour. I filmed it of what the inside of the Airbnb looked like. I did get a lot of questions in my Hawaii videos. Hey, where is your tour? You usually show us where you stay. What does it look like? Did you stay in your rental car? Where did you stay? Well, this is one of the places that I stayed at while in Hawaii. And no, to answer your question, I did not stay in the rental car. But take a look at this tour of where I stayed for 14 days of the 15 days that I was in Hawaii. Then we'll come back, wrap up where I stayed, and move on to the next thing. That's where I stayed 14 days out of the 15 days that I was in Hawaii. And my favorite part of that entire Airbnb was the views that I got from my bed. Breathtaking views, and I took advantage of those views every single day that I was in that Airbnb. I would open up all the curtains, get in the bed, and just stare out at the views, and it would just put me to sleep. Whenever I could sleep, I did have a little trouble sleeping because of the time change and, time zones, but other than that, my favorite part of that Airbnb was the beautiful views that I got from my bed. Now, on to what I did that was super cool while I was on the island. My second day in Hawaii, I did a submarine excursion. It's called the Hawaii Atlantis Submarine Experience. I went in a submarine and went deep down into the ocean. It's no secret I have a fascination with the ocean. Every time I do a cruise, I always talk about my fascination with the ocean. And so for me to have an opportunity to book an excursion, to be in a submarine, to go down into the water, to see under the water outside of snorkeling, I'm all in. And so the deepest we got in this submarine was 108 feet deep. That's how far we went down, 108 feet. I think it was actually a little deeper than that. It might have been like 109 or 110 feet. But when I looked at the meter that they had to show us how deep down we were in the ocean, I looked at it and captured 108 feet deep. But thinking back to it, I think we got as deep as 110 feet. Either way, it was an amazing experience. I didn't document the whole thing because I wanted to remain present, but I did get enough footage to put together a beautiful little video for you guys to see what it was like to be in a submarine. Take a look at this footage and we'll wrap up this excursion and then go on to the last portion of my Hawaii trip that I want to show you that did not make the 2 YouTube videos that I put out. So I'll see you guys after this clip. So far, there's nothing out here. We're just diving a little bit deeper. We're turning right now. It's getting darker in here. See how dark it is? The captain's up there. And then you can't see anything on their side either. But, no. So I'll have our natural code on our parent side. There we go. Now this is a fish seed. Wow. Look at that. Wow. Oh my gosh, the fish just said hi to us. We are currently at 108 feet deep. There's pretty big fish over there too. Look at all those fish. Wow, look at those. Look how big they are. Wow. This is so, look at that ship. It's or a plane. It's a sunken plane, guys. Not a ship, it's a plane. Look how big that plane is. Whoa. Dang. So far, this is such an incredible experience.
Nobody's ever told you guys this.
This is insane. I cannot believe I'm 108 feet down below.
We've never joined a group except the reason they're going to wait for us. And they're on the outside of this. All of the areas we show, all of the water areas, become the access bubbles come out with the full back in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the service, everybody. Can we get a big round of applause for the captain, students?
You're good. Now on to our final part of my Hawaii trip, and that's where I stayed on my last day in Hawaii and some of the last minute things I did before leaving the island. I stayed in a very cool, first ever in Hawaii, Japanese style pod hotel called First Cabin International. I was very fortunate enough to be able to book a first class capsule cabin, as they only have 4 first class cabins. They have lots of business class and business premier, but when it comes to first class, where you're able to stand up and walk around inside of your cabin, they only had 4. And I was able to book one of them, and it was an amazing experience. The first class area is unisex, so it's male and female mixture. And the business class areas are, I want to say they have a female only business class, male only business class. The bathrooms, of course, are female only, male only, and so forth. Common area, common kitchen, all of that stuff. So I did do a full tour of the common areas. I did a tour of the bathroom area. Mind you, I made sure no one was in there before I did the tour. I double and triple checked to make sure everything was empty before I did the tour of the bathroom area. And I did a tour of not only my cabin, but the first class area, because we have our own little area in there as well. So take a look at Hawaii's first ever Japanese style pod hotel. Very, very unique hotel, very unique experience. I really enjoyed my 24-hour stay in Hawaii's version of a Japanese-style pod hotel. It was a very unique experience. It had all of the amenities that I needed. I especially appreciated the fact that I had my own drawer inside of my pod to secure my things in and have the key to it. Because I went out and explored Waikiki my last day there. You know, I took a shower, I went out and about. And so it just felt good to be able to know that my stuff is secured and not just sitting out for anybody to go in and get. Also, too, they have a separate room where there's a lot of lockers in there for people that book a business class room and for people like me in first class who need additional storage. So there's plenty of storage and space to store your stuff if you need it. But it was all around a good experience. I love the first class area. The downside to being in the first class area is that there's only 4 pod rooms. And so those pod rooms stay booked. But I could see myself definitely staying in that first class pod area for 2 weeks if I had to. But I don't know if you're going to get a 2 weeks straight in there because, like I said, because those pod rooms in the first class area are, you know, big enough for you to walk around in and be comfortable, they constantly stay booked out. But for the day that I stayed in there, I truly enjoyed my time. What a wonderful experience.
How does 436.34 sound?
Great. Gave me a little bit of a discount.
Yeah, I tried to get a little off of there.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Let's see. The service is $260 for the oil change and inspection.
All right, we are back at the RV. There's my baby. Stronger than ever. He said she fired right up. Once they charged the battery, changed the oil, she started right up, powerful, no issues. And I think because my generator is brand new. I had a lot of plans for today, but I'm a bit exhausted. So I think today I'm just going to kind of wipe everything down, get the dust out of it, take out the trash. I got to put gas in it. I'm at a quarter of a tank. I'm going to put some gas back in it, and then take it to, you know, back to my indoor climate controlled storage unit. I do have a long day tomorrow, so I want to be fresh for that. But I'm still going to brief you guys on the bad news with the RV. And I'm going to give you a Subaru update, and that will be it for today. My control panel's fixed. Here is everything. I'm super excited, and just go through the different buttons, the awning, all of that. Everything's fixed. This is the coach battery, which is the house battery. You see how it's 11.5 volts. It's going to die here shortly, but yeah, we got to talk about it. But everything looks good. Everything is perfect. And if I want to start my generator, see if I remember how to work my way around here, guys. It's been a minute since I've been in here. This is how I start my generator, by putting it here. I mean, it feels so good to see this. Oh my gosh. But okay, they got everything. Everything looks good. This is my old one. They said it does not work. They thought it might have been the battery is the reason why it doesn't work, but it doesn't work. So here, the good news is that they said that my generator works. Carburetor's perfect, generator's brand new, perfect, works, everything's good. They did an oil change, and when they charged my house battery, the generator started right up, no issues. They ran the AC with the generator was able to run the AC. They ran the turned the AC off, ran the microwave with the generator. It was able to hold it. So the generator's strong. It can, power the AC unit. It can power the microwave. No issues. Did not cut off. Now for the bad news. So the bad news is, guys, that my brand new house batteries, AGM deep cycle batteries that I bought from Batteries Plus in Michigan about 2 years ago, brand new, barely even put them to work, they're dead. And I need new batteries. Why, you may ask? The lights are, they're good. Why, you may ask? Because I don't know if you remember, but I called Thor's customer service and spoke to someone in the service department about ordering me a new control panel. In that same conversation, the service department rep told me towards our end of my conversation that I told her that I was plugging in my RV and keeping it plugged up to keep my house batteries fresh. And she's like, you don't need to do that. You don't need to plug in your RV. Just unplug the RV, turn off the inverter, and it should keep your house batteries fresh. What she failed to tell me was that I could only keep my AGM deep cycle batteries healthy without it being plugged up for only about 2 to 3 months. And it's been longer than 2 to 3 months. And because I have not been charging them in over 2 or 3 months, they're dead. I need to get brand new deep cycle AGM batteries. I cannot believe it. And I don't know if you guys remember the episode, one of my van life episodes, where we went together and I bought them and I showed you guys. They were big, they were heavy. I need to buy new batteries because the guy told me that you can't let them sit for too long. If they are lithium ion batteries, you can probably go 6 months without charging them. But for AGM deep cycle batteries, you can only go roughly 2 or 3 months. And you got to charge them. So that's the bad news, guys. I got to get new house batteries. But there might be hope because I think, if I remember correctly, I do have a warranty on these batteries. So I'm going to be calling Batteries Plus within the next couple of days to see if my warranty is still good. And I talked to the gentleman here at Cummins here in Las Vegas, and they told me that I could order them, bring the batteries to them, and they will install the batteries. Over the next couple days, I will be calling Batteries Plus, seeing if I have a warranty on my batteries. If I do, see if I can get some kind of deal or get them replaced. If not, coming out of more money unnecessarily, which is extremely frustrating because this all could have been avoided. All could have been avoided. But I live and I learn, and these are the experiences that I learn from. These are the mistakes that make me a better nomad, make me a better person living in an RV full-time on the road when I am in it. I'm not living in it full-time right now, but at some point I will be in it a lot. And I will take these experiences, these mistakes that I've made and things that I've learned along the way, and it'll help me be a better nomad. Good news, generator is as strong as ever. Bad news, I need a new house battery. 2 house batteries. Before I get out of here, I want to update you guys on my Subaru. This is the ugly side of living on the road full time that I don't think it's talked about enough. I'm sure people have talked about it, but it just needs to be stressed enough that it's no secret that my Subaru, I put a nice build out inside of the Subaru. It's got drawers, it's got a cutting board, it's wood, it's heavy, it's adding weight to my Subaru. I've got a nice platform for storage, my bed, all of that. And it's wonderful. I love it. But the downside is that all that weight on my Subaru, which I should have known, but I don't think about stuff. This is stuff I don't think about. All that extra weight put on my Subaru from the build out that I had installed, which I don't regret getting. It's just something I have to anticipate until I can get what I need to get done to counteract the build out. But the build out that's in my Subaru is adding a lot of extra weight to my Subaru. And because the build out is adding all of this extra weight to my vehicle, I have to get brand new shocks. Shocks that can withstand the weight of my Subaru and the build out. And right now I don't have new shocks. And because I don't have new shocks, the weight of the build out wears my tires down faster. And it makes the brakes work a lot harder as well. And I took recently, within the last, I would say, month and a half, I took my Subaru to get some maintenance and work done on it. Just to check up to see if anything needed to be done. And a lot needed to be done. I had to get all new tires, which I did, 4 tires, because the inside of the tires were balding. They were gone because of the weight of the build out, which caused alignment issues and caused my tires to bald on the insides. The thread was perfect, but the inside of the tires was balding. It's all fixed now. I've got new tires, got a nice alignment, everything is fine. But that's what a build out does to your vehicle. It makes it work harder and it costs you more money in the long run. So I had to get all new tires. And I had to get all new brakes, brake pads, and all of that because of the extra weight, making my brakes work harder and putting a lot of extra strain on my tires. They said I talked to the mechanics at the Subaru dealership, and they said I've got about a good year or so before I need new shocks. So that's kind of the dark side of living on the road full time. You get it, I was happy. I got the build out. It made life easier, more storage, more comfortable bed, But the downside is having all that weight creates more problems. And so that's something you might want to think about if you're thinking about doing a build out in your vehicle, no matter what vehicle you have, no matter how big or small your build out is. It may not be as elaborate of a build out as mine, but still just keep in mind any extra weight that you add to your vehicle might cause you to have to get new shocks installed. And shocks aren't cheap. So it's something you might want to consider. Because if you don't get the new shocks installed, you're working your brakes, you're working your tires, and it's just extra money that can be avoided if you just get the shocks and just hunker down and just get it done. But the good news is my Subaru is back to 100%. Tires are good, brand new, replaced. My brakes, everything on that, the whole brake system, brand new, replaced. We're all good. I just need to get new shocks within a year. So I'm going to take care of that next year. I don't even think I'm going to wipe anything down, guys. It's been a long day. I have a long day ahead of me tomorrow. And I think I will just clean everything and wipe it's clean. I just like to, get the dust out of it every once in a while. But I think for now, it's good. But I think this is a good spot to go ahead and end the video. And I'm going to go ahead and end the video right here. Go grab me a bite to eat, get a shower, and prepare for tomorrow. Thanks for watching. And as always, I will see you guys in my next video. Take care. Peace.